Follow-up to Reptilian Air Base visit. Me, on November 16th, I did an astral visit to the Reptilian Air Base that's up above my city. I raised the shields to 5D frequency so that the GFL could raid the base and take the Reptilians present into custody. By the way, the lower fourth is almost cleared out of these beings. Not entirely. Some people are jumping the gun and announcing these things before they're actually true. I'm assuming I did this visit in real time, that I didn't jump back in time, but I suspect some of my base raids could have been done in what we call the past. However, I don't think this one was. There were a lot of reptilians/draconians and other negatives upon this planet. To say that they had an infrastructure below, on, and above the planet is an understatement. It's as if, with all our cities and built-up areas, we are living in their world. That's how extensive their overtake of this planet was. They were not going to rid the world of its human hosts considering they depend upon us for their food supply so readily if their plans were not already to the point they could afford to lose us. Consider that. Their control of this planet was extensive, with a capital X. The fact that you can't see them does not matter. Some people can. The reason you can't see them is because you are more powerful than they are, and the only way they can overtake this planet is secretly, so they mind-slided you into not being able to see them. They could be standing right in front of you, and unless you have some other way of detecting them, like through smell, you'd never know they were there. Because they are a couple degrees outside of your frequency, they are not solid, so you can pass your body right through theirs. I can hear them and I can smell them, I can only see them through my third eye. Your camera may be able to pick them up, though. Ivo, they have the means of escaping our detection, my love. We can only estimate how many are left on the planet. We have utilized their tracking technology to track their ships in the hopes of leading us to them, but we cannot get an accurate count of their numbers. Although we believe it is significantly lower than it was a year or two ago, I still do not believe it is at zero. Which is of course where we want it to be. Me, if I sound like I'm repeating a lot of basic information, it's because people are confused or they've never heard this before and it's new for them. I believe it's very difficult to get correct information on how many of them are left on this planet because it's to their advantage to let you think they're not here anymore. You can't see them, they figure if they lie to you then they can do whatever they want. You have to look at it tactically. It's to their advantage to let you believe this planet is free of them. And they'd love Ashta Sharon to think the same thing as well, although I doubt he does. I can tell you they're still here because after I did this airbase visit late last night, they launched an attack on me. I know I'm being attacked when I have nightmares, and the one nightmare I absolutely hate, that of the guy I used to date when I was in my 20s who used controlling tactics rather than loving tactics to control me into a situation I couldn't run from. This nightmare is getting worse and worse, and I woke up with it on my mind this morning. That's how I know they're attacking me. I'm sure the person grabbing hold of me and squeezing me into submission is not this guy, it's a reptilian acting as this guy in my dream. I need to learn how to lucid dream because I'd have a nice surprise for him next time he decides to cause me nightmares. They try to get your vibration down so they can implant and tag you. I just have Athena remove them, or sometimes if I have time I give it a go myself. That's why they want to lower your vibration, because you're back down in a lower frequency where they can affect you and, in my case, continue to punish me for defying them. In the video I mentioned several times that I was being watched and saw the reptilians that were watching me. So I was battling last night after I did that raid. I feel like it too, today. Ivo, what happened last night? Ivo, indeed there was a battle last night. The airfield over your city was key to them in the Montreal area because they have lost so many other airfields on the East Coast already. Yes, these are all lost to the light as your people only work on the physical level. They can fight reptilians, but typically they are working in the dumps underground, not above ground. Your city's airfield also had a portal that connected to other parts of the Earth as well as their base on the moon. This was shut down. Me, are they still on the moon? I thought the GFL had it all. Ivo, yes, they do have it all, but this portal can be used to ricochet out into outer space. Me, okay. So where were we actually fighting, aside from my subconscious? Ivo, we were on the lower astral, and after the airfield had been taken at your city, they attempted to gather forces and to surround us. There are active bases still in the northeastern US and also bases in Europe, so these forces were gathered together to attempt to trap us. It did not happen. Me, yes, you would have been one of the motherships involved in this because you're in the general area. Ivo, yes, as well as Commander Aaron. Me, Don't mess with Commander Aaron. He's nice but he's tough. Ivo, as am I, my love. Me, where was the showdown? Ivo, it was above an area in northern Quebec. We moved it away from populated areas as best we could because we do not wish them to affect these people if they should lose the battle. That is a tactic we often use. Me, so we're in lower 4D, high above northern Quebec near Greenland, even, and we're fighting reptilian ships. Ivo, correct. Me, was it a firefight or was it one-on-one? Ivo, it was a firefight, but what happened is one ship of reptilians did in fact remove themselves to the surface in order to hide. You went after them. Me, no wonder I feel so crappy today. LOL. Ivo, you led a squadron of light warriors and some GFL members on the surface. Me, so did anyone see this except us? Ivo, there were a few natives who witnessed it but they are not worried. Me, no, they seem to have their finger on the pulse of this planet a lot more than the rest of us do. Ivo, and they are not so easily mind-slided. Me, yes. They're noted for being intuitive. So how many reptilians tried to get away? Ivo, there were above 5 of them. You led a party of 40 members and used technology to track them down. One had attempted to get into a home and fortunately it was noticed before they could enter. We do not want the surface population to become involved in our battles. Me, more Inquirer headlines. LOL, like they said in the Men in Black movies, the real truth. Ivo, indeed. We do not want the surface population to be hostaged any more so than they are already. So they were taken before they could do any damage. Me, was Soren there? Ivo, no, he was in his ship. As was I. We were awaiting other ships but they did not come. Not even Earth's ships entered the engagement. We called in more motherships with reinforcements but they were not necessary. Me, so there are the ones that make up the flower of life pattern around this world, and then extra ships that pinch hit whenever necessary. Ivo, pinch hit. Not a term you typically use. Me, ah yeah. Fill in an emergency. Substitute. Ivo, I see. Yes. I see, it has to do with baseball. Me, LOL, sorry to confuse you. Ivo, it is all in the learning. Me, I'm thinking of this. It's pitch dark. There are 5 reptilians and 40 extraterrestrials walking around northern Quebec. Ivo, we are not typically visible either. Me, so if the reptilians got into a home, how would people know they were being taken hostage? Ivo, they can uncloak themselves, or remove your mind slides. Me, to what end? Why not stay in the house and don't let people know you're there? What good would it do to alarm the Earthlings? Ivo, if the reptilian wishes to make a case for itself, hostages that are fearful make a far better bid. Me, I suppose. So I end up having nightmares every time we do these battles. Ivo, you are being attacked on many levels. The Archons are also not happy with you. Me, well, I'm not happy with them. They smell up my house too. LOL. So I just want to give some advice to people who are doing these night battles, and being hit on by the Archons or whoever that end up feeling awful the next day. You know your vibration has sunk down, you know you're now back in their territory instead of 5D, just be patient with yourself. I tried to call the bank to transfer my charge card balance to another card and I got the guy who put me on a wild goose chase again last week. I think my bank only has one very uneducated person in their call center, it seems. So I called and made an appointment with the person who gave me the card and told her to call them. I have to speak to her tomorrow. I explained I keep getting the same guy and he keeps giving me a bum steer. Then I ran out of minutes and tried to top it back up, but after putting in $10 couldn't get back to the screen I needed. And I couldn't remember my password. There's a reason I don't like jobs like these. If you're out battling behemoths at nighttime and have to live a regular day the next day, extend extra patience to yourself and to others, because if you flip out at everything that annoys you, you're just going to make it worse. Be patient. If you can, delay doing the job until you feel better. And then try to get a good night's sleep the next night, understanding that because your vibe is low, they might not let you. So work at getting it back up. Having patience and compassion for yourself is a good start. Some of you may have been with me last night. I think there's a reason I'm followed by some people for so long while others come and go. If you were, then good job. We got them and we won't end up on the front page of the National Enquirer. Not today. Ivo, LOL, we have fewer takedowns to do than earlier. We believe things are wrapping up and we can proceed with the new world. The incoming frequencies are making it hard living for anyone of lower frequency on this planet. Me, can't they just drop to a lower timeline? Ivo, they can, but now many of you are vibrating above them, where they can have little affect on you.